Coming back on the Final Destination, and I gotta close this video out because no one's gonna get down to the complete bottom of this the shooter, Stephen. If he was the shooter, if he wasn't, you don't really know. No one really knows for sure. You weren't there, but he's the closest thing they have to the evidence supposedly of this Las Vegas Mandalay Bay shooting. He's the closest person, suspect available that they have. You know, the reason why I call it Final Destination is because based off the movie that they were seeing things in the future before they happened, and they came true. And this woman, 45 minutes before the shooting took place, he said, "You're all going to die." I heard other conflicting stories about saying, well, you're going to be shot or something from other sources. But basically she was saying, you're all going to die tonight, and ran off. And, the security escorted her off. All these stories. But anyway, let's put that aside and stick with the facts. I got kind of outlandish talking about, the tri-dimensional hologram could be just a big image, big hologram. You don't know. And like I said, this is all speculation when I was talking about that. But let's just deal with the real facts that we have. And the facts are that, supposedly all these people have died. I'm sure there were some injuries. The media covers a lot of stuff up. This is a really weird event that happened. I've never seen anything like this in terms of how everything has been construed and the delay and time for the police to get there and just the whole thing. And the story behind Stephen, we all know that he has a military background, how many guns he had in there. It just all doesn't fit at all. How do you get the guns in there and stuff? Well, when you're working for the CIA, I believe he had so much connections and stuff, and all the tie-ins with the ISIS and all this type of that. There's always a possibility. You don't have any solid proof. This is a weird situation. No one's going to get down to the bottom of this. A lot of stuff's covered up and stuff, a lot of conspiracy, but I'm dealing on the facts now. You got 500 dead, 500 injured, 60 people dead. It just all doesn't add up. There's something, part of the picture we're not seeing, but I draw the conclusion, I'm drawing the line. The man had tie-ins with the CIA, that's just the bottom line. He knows too much. There were more than 2 people involved in this massacre. The other people were in on it. I'm not going to get into that. The security team that got in there that was blocking the door off where they supposedly came in, one of the security guards was shot. He also was part of this orchestrated terrorism that I believe, this is the facts. And there was a man they were chasing through the Luxor Hotel, from what I understand, also from some other information. So you have more than one person. This is not the mastermind of one person. You got many people involved. This is orchestrated terrorism and not domestic, but I got the highest level. And you got a lot of dead people on this, supposedly. Like I said, you don't have corpses in front of you. You don't see this. A lot of the media, a lot of the stuff you're seeing on YouTube is all people saying it's a hoax and stuff. There's some truth to some of it, and there's not. You have to piece it out yourself. The bottom line is you do have some casualties. I don't know the real level, how many you have. I'm not there counting them. But this is a very strange situation that happened with all these killings, this random shooting. It lasted for quite some time without any intervention. They don't do anything. You got shooters at the 4th floor shooting, and was it really a shooter at the 4th, or we have a diversion here? There wasn't anything coming out of the 4th floor window anyway. You just heard noises, but the noises, it's all so peculiar. It's just a staged event in some ways. The way I look at it, the 4th floor diversion was just a diversion. The bottom line is this. You got multiple shooters involved. This is not just one man they got. There are other people that haven't been caught, I believe. They're on the run. They got away. This is not domestic terrorism. This is orchestrated terrorism at the highest level. Not from here. It's made to look like domestic terrorism. I'm not going to do any more videos. I'm not going to get compulsive with this. I like to get down to the bottom of situations the best I can with the facts. But I get so many stories from other people, conflicting stories, it has something to do with this, or it has something to do with, interdimensional space travel where they're altering time and this and that. These are just These are just theories and possibilities that you can't outweigh when you get into something like this because of the situation being so bizarre. You get a lot of hypotheses. You got to draw your own conclusion. My conclusion is this man has something to do with it. There's other people involved. They're probably loose. And is it tied into to the Middle East and the ISIS group? Very possibly. There's more to the story. I'm not going to go any further with it. But the man's dead. There's some people dead. I don't have proof of any of this. You saw Stephen shooting out the window, but you have a body of him they showed laying there in a kind of in a fashion. He didn't fall. They might have placed him in this position. He's laying there with his, I believe they're AR-15s that were used, a customized AR-15 with a 50-round magazine, I believe, that they used. It was modified, but that's just my theory on it. I believe that's what they used. But anyway, I'm going to sign out. They show pictures of his unreleased, now they're released, but pictures of his apartment or his little complex where he was in there shooting, and it just looks very mysterious the way they handled it, and they got him, looked like who knows that's even him. I mean, all this, you don't know. Anyway, that's the way we're going to close. I'm going to close this out and say this is the guy this is the man that did it. I just believe there are other people at large that have something to do with it. And there was some other security team that was involved that was killed. A security guard was killed in the hallway. When they stormed in, the FBI came in and shot him supposedly, and all kinds of different stories. But I'm closing out. Definitely, I still stand on my grounds of the MK Ultra program gone bad. I believe he was subjected to Pac-Man encoding program by the CIA. I believe that he was definitely a candidate, and they came after him. Something happened. He was at that place for 4 days before the shooting happened, vacationing, gambling, who knows. Guy's got a gambling problem, and going through a bad divorce, and, all kinds of shit. I mean, people have their problems in their lives, but to go out and do what he does, it's unjustified to do something like that. I don't see it. But anyway, you got more people involved in this. In that room, he wasn't the only person there. You had a lookout guy. You had the whole... These security guards were dressed up in Mandalay Bay security uniforms. It's just almost like out of the Smoking Ace fucking movie I did. I mean, it's copied off of Smoking Aces. Everybody's seen the original, not the 2, but Smoking Aces 1. It's all peculiar. It gives you a chill the way this is done. I'm signing out. I'm not going to do any more videos on this. Case is closed. There's somebody else at large. They need to deal with it. This guy is just a fall guy. Like I said, I stand by all my... I don't retract any of my statements. He was a CIA fall guy. He fell, and he was used and abused. I still stand on the grounds. They used Pac-Man encoding, CIA MK Ultra Pac-Man encoding on him, CIA encoding. They made him believe he was playing an arcade game and shooting. He was in an altered state. He was not in his right frame of mind. He knew none of these people. They had no connections to him. I'm signing, folks. I'm not going to get more wrapped up and engulfed in this story. But like I said, all those other theories I talked about is a possibility. It's still a tridimensional hologram. Could be just a hologram. There could be a lot of factors. I'm not going to get into the outlandish things. I'm going to stick with the facts. And the facts are, the guy's dead. We don't know if it really was him, but I think it was. We're not there to see it. We're just going by what we see by the media and people and so forth. Bill signing. Have a good afternoon. Hope the video has been somewhat informative. Just follow some of my videos. You can disregard some of the other stuff I said about, the outlandish stuff, but don't just outweigh it. Still have an open mind, because hidden technology and space technology and the time travel is real. I've seen it. This might be a demonstration of it. We just don't know. We don't see the whole picture. Have a good afternoon. Bill signing. Peace.